Hello, everyone. What's up?
How y'all doing? Another movie, another review, right?
Another MCU movie review. My name is Chris.
I'm
Chin.
Ray.
That's
Anthony.
Raymond.
Under tag score. Sunny Ray.
Dark Star,
Yeah.
Hit him up on PSN.
That's my old PSN account too. But
Anyways, what's up? We're going to have a long spoiler talk discussion, depending on how we feel about the MCU's latest endeavor, Eternals.
and there's a lot of feelings that go with this movie.
Yeah.
I would say, among all, actually.
This is the most philosophical debate conversational starter of a movie. It's not really forgettable to me, I'll say that. I enjoyed this one a lot, and it was quite a good time. A bit long in some parts, but overall, I enjoyed it.
There are moments where, like you said, it did feel a bit long, but it's something to just pass over. Obviously, I got the gist of the movie. I'm kind of in the mindset that, since like you told me stuff like, oh, there's a bunch of critics that hate it, and it rated it a 6.5 out of 10, and I was already expecting that, but
Right,
it wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't really the case. When I went, I was like, no, it was decent.
I believe with us,
Actually,
knowing the Rotten Tomatoes score was so divided, made us going into the movie like low expectations, and us walking out be like, hey, that was pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what people were complaining about. I can see why. Some people had a problem with it.
Well, either way, that's how I look at movies in general.
Right.
Like, it's not. I don't always expect the best movie.
Yeah, that's a good
especially
way.
if it's an MCU. Like,
Yeah.
I always watch those in terms of the lore, the comic book origins,
Yeah.
and just like, am I gonna be excited for the next movie after that?
Right, they're their own lead.
And you want to go start?
Man,
Start
I
it,
was
go ahead.
hearing some BS about, hey, I worked on this movie. They're saying that an Eternal sequel isn't that necessary. What a bunch of BS, because that's a cliffhanger.
Are you kidding me? They already they set it up.
They
For
really
a
did
sequel.
set it up.
It'd be they'd be
Yeah.
they would do.
They'd be backpedaling
Yeah.
if they didn't. Like, I think this movie is quite good in its ending, and it was
Hype
like,
moments. Hype moments.
yeah, that's one of the hype moments. It was very ominous and ethereal and otherworldly, on how Erishim, or whatever his name is, the
Erishim.
celestial god, just shows his face up and everyone's freaking out. Imagine if you were one of those people. So that was cool.
I keep getting confused with Aramesh or Animesh or something. I don't know. His
Anime.
name was, I'm thinking about some Final Fantasy guy or something.
Oh god.
What's his name? Aramesh?
Aerosmith.
Aroshem? Oh my god. the Red Celestial.
The Red Celestial.
The Red Mother.
Yeah, no. Overall, I thought it was really good. I want, speaking of the lore, right? Why don't you dive into the lore of how this fully or further establishes the MCU and what it does to it? What do you think?
Just to play on my first thought, this was a good movie. It did have flaws, and one of them is the fact that I can't explain it. Why? Too much exposition.
Dude, that's what...
They did a full Star
right.
Wars exposition. And
Oh,
I
at
was
the beginning?
expecting, yeah, and I didn't bring my reading glasses. And I don't have reading glasses.
I did not have a problem with the beginning where
Yeah.
it does the wall crawl text. Although I wish there was some music to go with it.
Exactly.
That would have been cool.
No, it's just like, it's one of those moments that you have to like start reading and stuff. So I can't honestly tell you because I forgot that next. I forgot all about that after like 5 minutes. So let me get this straight, right? Once upon a time, before the
In the
Infinity
beginning.
Stones,
It's like
there
the Bible.
was oh yeah.
It's their Genesis.
There was not even four. It was like a bunch of giants-looking robots with 6 eyes, called Celestials,
Right.
and they made.
The Deviants and
They
the
made
Eternals.
Deviants and the Eternals. The Deviants are trying to be the monsters. More on that later.
They were doing that to cleanse the world, but then they messed up. There was a genetic flaw, so they created the Eternals to combat the Deviants.
Right.
And then
So-
Ajax was going along with the plan until one mission that she was like, nope, never mind that. Because they learned to love Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically that. That's the lore.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Yep.
that's the opening.
Review's
But to
over.
me,
Okay.
a problem with me, I hate expositional dumps of dialogue in any movie. And to me, this is one of the worst ones I've seen in a long time. The middle of this movie has this, oh man, it's like 10 minutes, I think.
That is
Or it
so
felt
true.
like it. Where Cersei is speaking to him, Erishim, and it just goes on and on. Which is very much needed for the movie, but like, I wish they found a more clever way of telling that to us. Because I really look back on this and I saw Dune and how well they incorporated letting the audience know of the world of Dune without telling us everything in a 5-minute little scene. Which, hey, the scene is cool for the lore of Marvel, but man, as a movie, it's like, oh, this is dragging.
Yeah, but that's just one of the many things that.
Yeah, that's one of the many negatives I also have with this movie. There are a lot of positives, so let's go back to the positives. Jump back into that.
Well, for one, it's definitely hype, and I don't know if we've mentioned already. The post-credit scene was about, like, is honestly the one thing that actually got me, like, super excited. It's funny because it's a post-credit scene, and not even the entire movie. Motherfucking Harry Styles. Like, what? All right, who knew that?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I know you teased that to me already before we even watched it. I was kind of thinking that you're like, they're not gonna do it. This is a joke. Some Reddit guy. But no, he's actually there, being the handsome One Direction-esque person he is. And actually, surprisingly too, maybe it's just something about like unidentified Marvel characters. And by that I mean like you don't know of them yet until you read. I was gonna say lemur, the leprechaun.
That's Pip.
Pip, yeah, Pip.
Dude, that was one of the worst CGI I've ever seen. What was that?
That's true.
Did they just like make that scene the other day?
Yeah, man.
That was terrible.
They just wanted to highlight Harry Styles.
Yeah.
He had no CGI.
I'll say that Harry Styles looks exactly like Star Fox. I was like blown away. I was like, oh wow, they made him like exactly.
Yeah.
I don't
true,
know
'cause I did
much
see-
about Eros, that character, but man, the theater went pretty wild.
Yeah,
It
they
was
did.
really funny,
Uh-huh.
that reaction. Half of the crowd was like, why you guys, is Star Fox like cool or something?
No, I was
And
like,
then you had to
yeah.
explain it to the older people, like, oh no, it's just the guy playing him. Oh.
What is it? Our friend was literally screaming.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just like a bunch of fangirls are screaming and everyone else is like, what's going on?
Well, on top of that, the other hype is the other end credit scene, which
Right.
is, and I did not even know about that. It's Moon Knight.
No, you're...
No, not Moon Knight. It's a knight though.
It's Blade. You're thinking of Marvel Knights, which is a subsection of a Marvel team that deals with more supernatural horror aspects. Sort of, or I might be wrong actually.
Well,
That might be something else.
they had a sword.
Midnight Suns or something like that. That's the game also.
You know what? It's at this point.
The point is,
Kit Harington's character is a hero.
and it's called the Black Knight.
A Black Knight. I'm very sorry.
That okay.
You can edit this out, or not.
We're going
Keep it in.
raw.
We're going raw.
And the most hype part about that is like Blade. I recognize that voice anywhere. Mahershala Ali, great actor. He's gonna play the rebooted version of Blade. So that's Mr. Blade talking to Mr.
Mhm.
Kit Harington's character, which is
That's
setting
actually
up
pretty cool.
really
Yeah. Mhm.
interesting.
That was set up
things.
well.
Yeah.
Out of all the setups, that one was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah. Although I will say, I saw this again. So I saw this movie twice.
You did?
I saw it yesterday.
Oh wow.
In addition to when we first saw it Saturday. I saw it with my dad, and he told me it's a bit coincidental that Kit Harington's character also has like familiar ties with powers while also being attached to Cersei. I was like, oh, you're right. That is kind of coincidental. Maybe he sought out to seek Cersei. It's interesting to think about. Like that's a lot of
No, you know what?
contrivances in
You're
one
right.
movie, man. Maybe there's a
That's
thing
true.
there.
Mhm.
My dad was theorizing that in the beginning of the movie, the dagger Cersei hands to the little kid, maybe it's like an ancestor, Kit Harington's character. Maybe that's why he's so attached. But, I
Oh
don't know.
wow.
Yeah, speaking of crazy theories, this movie basically told us Thanos saved us. He delayed the emergence. That was insane. And then when
That
people
was-
brought them back, the emergence naturally is what's going to happen again. Because the whole plot of the movie has to deal with Earth being an egg that houses an unborn celestial. So the whole plot of the movie is them trying to do an abortion. So there you go. That's theory number one. Theory number two, in my opinion, I think Phastos is a big reason on why the world has some technological advancements. So in my opinion, I think he's directly somehow responsible for the 10 rings of Shang-Chi.
Oh,
Right.
my God. Wow.
Yeah.
Out of all the theories that you said, that one's more believable.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm sorry. The Thanos one, I honestly still believe it's coincidental. That's
Yeah,
a
I don't think
coincidence.
Thanos knew of the emergence,
Yeah.
but I do think the movie told us he delayed it. So that's
Exactly.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
But
Now-
I don't think Thanos knew about it, and that's why you say. I really do just think that he's just the Mad Titan that wants to like exterminate half the
Because
Earth.
he did that with other planets. It
Mhm.
wasn't just Earth. Right.
But no, the Shang-Chi rings, yeah, that makes sense.
I also think he created
That's a
vibranium,
bit-
to be blunt with you. I think he's the big reason why vibranium is such a big thing in this universe. So there's that.
I think everything, even yeah, I think with anything technological,
Yeah. So
that was yeah, that's those.
speaking of the first end credits, though, it'll be interesting to see what Harry Styles' plan is, Star Fox. Like, what is he gonna do? He has the sphere, right? He has a sphere.
Yeah, he does.
So he knows of how to get them back. Another thing, why is it only them that were transported to Hiroshima? The four of them: Phastos, Cersei, Kumail Nanjiani's character, and
I think it's really just because they were on Earth. I mean, the other people left. What is?
oh right, they were on
Athena,
space, yeah.
Druig,
And Makari.
Makari, they left.
Yeah.
I don't actually. That's one of the reasons why I don't. Man, this movie is a little bit confusing because I don't know why they did. I don't know why they all just stuck together.
Right.
They're supposed to.
Well, they just wanted to
But
live their lives, I guess.
I guess.
You know what?
And lack of exposition, but still a great movie.
Oh, so you wanted more exposition.
Done right, of course.
Yeah, no, you're right. In my opinion, I would have preferred more talking. Not expositional necessarily, but talking points than fighting. The fights were cool. Let's jump back to the fights and the characters within them. So what do you think of the fights? Because I think, in my opinion, a big highlight, a big hype moment is the third act when they fight Icarus.
You like the Icarus fight?
Yeah. Especially
I'm surprised 'cause
Makari.
I honestly thought
Makari versus Icarus. Awesome.
Well, the best fight, and it still would probably be, in my opinion, honestly, it's the opening.
The opening, really?
The second, yeah,
They were a well-coordinated team, you felt?
yeah, the second one.
I dug
think
the
it just
Amazon. I
doesn't-
dug the Amazon fight.
You like the Amazon
Yeah.
fight? I liked it too, but I feel like the first one is just more of like, it was better. I don't.
Mm.
It's better, and I don't know why. It just is to me.
I thought that all the characters had a good showcase of their power set.
Yeah. Yes.
Makari
Sure.
being a huge standout. I love that.
I'm a bit biased, so the only reason why I'm not saying the Icarus fight is because. Why'd he turn?
No, I love. He's honestly the best character
He did.
in this, and I'll tell you why his turn works.
His turn works, but there wasn't a setup. Like it
There
was just kind
there
of.
was.
Was there?
I'll explain it.
All right, fine. Go ahead.
So his whole life, he was led to this mission of his beliefs, and Ajak, Salma Hayek, tells him 6 days before the emergence, "Hey, no, forget the plan. I love the people of this earth. We shouldn't do it." So now his beliefs are being challenged, and him so strong with his belief, he doesn't want to go through it, but he also doesn't want to kill his family. So you can see him holding back,
Yeah.
but also he does kill his family with Ajak, and he's so conflicted by this. And I thought it was really good acting in the way he did it.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. The acting was great.
Yeah,
It was
and he was so
all the serious characters performed it
yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
The comical ones and Kumail,
Yeah,
Kumail,
yeah.
he's my favorite actually.
Like, to me, Icarus's motivations were so clear, and that he was so distraught by his decision, because in the end he didn't kill Cersei. I thought that was nice,
I mean,
because he was looking back on her and thinking of all the memories, and it honed back to the beginning where she's like, "Hey, it's Earth," and she's like, "It's beautiful," And so basically, the end of that movie is telling us, oh, Cersei is Earth. She's like Earth. It's a parallel. It's a metaphor. That Cersei is beautiful just as Earth. She's entirely all in on Earth. And so when he flies away, distraught, he looks back on Earth and he's like, it was so Shakespearean the way he did it. He just kills himself and he goes to the prophecy of, Icarus flew way too close to the sun. So that character worked a lot for me.
It's something only to get if you watch it twice, and I never got it the first time.
Yeah, the second viewing really helps.
I guess, yeah. Movies don't have to be like that. I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like if I have to watch a second time for something, then...
Oh, I get what you mean. But I also have a counter argument to that. I feel like a good movie makes you think about it a lot, that you want to revisit it and get a new perspective. Because watching this movie a second time, it was like, oh yeah, I already know the Icarus turn. Now let's see how he tries to do that. Because the whole time he was only helping them because he doesn't want his family to die. He's helping them from the deviants. And then when the plan goes way too far, he's like, no, stop. Right,
exactly. So aside from Icarus, how about the other characters? I have a favorite, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, you go first. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, let's both say our two favorites, besides Icarus, because we both kind of liked Richard Madden's performance. I definitely liked Makari a lot. And Fastos. I'll say Fastos. I really like Fastos. Shout out to all my Atlanta fans out there. Paperboy, he killed it. They were great. And I'll get back to them.
What's the guy's name again? Like actor?
Brian Tyree Henry. Yeah. You saw him from his boring-ass character in Godzilla vs. Kong.
I just remember him as Chucky.
Oh, he was pretty good in Chucky.
Yeah. I like his character in Chucky.
No, he's a good character actor. I like him a lot. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you.
Well, obviously... Oh, well, I do agree with you, with your selection, all right? Makari, great. Especially with... I mean, casting there was representation with the deaf community.
Right.
With that, I don't know, I really did admire that, actually.
No, I love that. That's sick. Yeah. Because I adore Makari, the actress. Lauren, I forgot her name. But she's great in Walking Dead as well.
Yeah. I didn't know she was in The Walking Dead until you told me before that.
Right.
Yeah.
And she had all the best action scenes when she fought Icarus.
Well, I'll say for the Eternals, right? It's not Marvel without limited comedy, and it's not forced comedy too. It's just it comes natural. And I'm gonna go ahead and say Kumnail's character.
Right.
I don't know his character name, but we're gonna call him Finger Bang because that's literally what his power was.
He's like pew pew.
Yes. Yep, he got gun-shaped hands and then just pew pew.
Yeah, that was cool, man.
I really adored him. I don't know.
He was like the South Asian Pakistani Bruce Wayne. That was sick.
Him and his partner, especially that scene where okay, what's his character name?
I think Patel, something Patel.
What?
Patel's his last name. That's for sure. Like his character.
His comic book character name?
No. His friend.
Not his friend.
I
meant Finger Bang.
Kingo.
Okay. Sorry. Well, anyway, yeah, the friend too. Last name Patel. They made the movie for me.
Yeah.
Honestly, that scene where they go like, "Hey, did you get that? I got it, sir."
Yes, I did, sir. That was good. Yeah, no,
it was well placed.
Yeah.
I actually was laughing at that more, after the movie.
Yeah, it was pretty natural comedy. A lot of other movies and some certain Marvel movies will have kind of a forced comedy approach to things, but this one felt very natural with Kumnail and Nanjiani.
I don't know, maybe after Thor Ragnarok, because there was forced comedy in that movie.
Yeah,
I could just notice it now.
No, I think that one worked a lot in Thor Ragnarok because it was purposefully trying, not forcefully, but you could tell it was written by a genius. While in some movies, it's for instance, Rise of Skywalker. When they're like, they fly now? Well, they fly now. And then, comedy comes in threes. They fly now. Mm-hmm. You guys have all heard that joke before.
Wait, Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah. If you know, you know. If you don't remember, then good, you don't remember.
This isn't a Star Wars review. Although I'm gonna pitch 5 minutes, seconds. But the only comment I know from that was Rey touches the Force and Luke was like, you know what, just.
That's Last Jedi. With the pebble thing.
Okay. This isn't a Star Wars review. So, all right, back to Marvel.
No, that's a good thing you brought up Star Wars, actually. Let's talk about the references. So I saw a Star Wars book. All right, we've seen Star Wars referenced a lot in MCU. You know, Spider-Man's like, you seen that one old movie?
Oh, yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. You know.
There's a lot of pop culture. So they reference aliens.
Yeah,
so,
Ned breaks the Death Star. But in this, my crowd, the second time I saw it, when they first heard Batman, they're like, whoa, what? And then when they heard Superman, like 10 minutes later, everyone was like, oh, I'm sorry, what's going on? What are they doing? Are they like leading up to something?
All right. I'm going to give you my 2 cents to it, but go ahead and finish.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised in 20 years if, you know, we get something. But not really.
Yeah.
Which begs the question, do these characters, like Icarus, did he inspire the creation of the fictional character Superman? Or are they in the universe already? I don't think so. Because Superman would have definitely helped. So I think they inspired those characters. Which is something cool to think about, right? Like Klingo inspired Batman. Like he's the reason Batman exists. Fictionally.
Yes, but also no.
Which is super cool to me. Because all their characters are based off of mythological, fictional characters. Like Athena inspired Athena. And then Sprite, Tinkerbell. I thought that whole conversation between Klingo and Sprite was very cool. It was a nice touch.
I think I do know what you're coming from now.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Because, Athena inspires Athena, the goddess of war. Mm-hmm. But in terms... Because this is literally a superhero movie, right? I don't think that they won't ever cross DC with the Marvel universe yet. That's what you're getting at, right?
No, not yet.
Well, not yet, but you were.
But it would be.
You were going to get into it.
It would be neat. They're planning something.
If they are, right, then let's not expect anytime soon. Like you said, 20 years. I'll give it 40.
At its lowest, that's just a fun reference.
Yeah.
But it's
to me, it's just gonna be a reference. Like I wanna. No, I'm saying this now, and I'm making sure this gets on video because I don't want to get my hopes up too much. Because.
Yeah.
If I do, and for some miraculous reason they do, like start to do, like a DC Marvel crossover, you have to impress me. Right. Like I'm not just gonna go by, just a mention of a name. All of a sudden Batman's in the mix now too, or Superman literally like crosses over and shit. But don't get me wrong, I read the comics, or I've noticed it. Yeah, Superman lifting Thor's hammer. Wonder Woman versus...
Yeah, and Superman has Captain America's shield as well.
Did he?
Oh, yeah, shoot. In that iconic cover you're thinking of. I have that comic book signed, by the way.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah,
nice.
By George Perez.
Sweet.
So, who knows?
Who knows? Like, I need you have to write that in really good. Yeah. Otherwise, this is gonna be another Batman versus Superman thing, and just like no.
Yeah.
Okay? I want to be like off my seat. I'll throw something at the movie theater screen or something. I will like try to get kicked out. That
movie will make so much money. Mm-hmm. Probably more than Endgame. To be completely honest.
Yeah.
Hey, crazier things have happened. Sora was in Smash. You have to get the licensing from Square Enix.
That's true. Actually.
Disney.
Mm-hmm. Now Disney's all of a sudden canon in the Nintendo world.
Exactly. So, also I thought it was hilarious that Makari was like, I don't have a DVD player, and then Fingerbang was like, don't you know it's all about streaming? Disney Plus. Come on.
I didn't think. Wow, shit. Thanks for putting 2 and 2 together. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
It's all about streaming. That's why I love Klingo.
Yeah, he's good.
That BTS cameo mentioned too.
Yeah. Oh, I love how his valet friend was like, what would they do in Shadow Warrior 2? Family over everything else. Go help your family.
Wait a minute, is that a Fast and Furious reference?
Nah, it's just like a...
Okay, never mind. All right, never mind.
generic thing in and of itself.
Shadow War. I don't know. For some reason, I'm tying those
It's,
together. Now.
they're trying to be a generic action thing.
You're right.
Which I also thought was very meta and hilarious, where they're in the woods, and, after long scenes of dialogue and talking, an action scene comes on in the woods of the Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Patel is like, we need the action scenes. Awesome.
Dang, fourth wall breaking now, aren't we?
Right.
Yep.
Other characters that I want to...
I literally just gave we literally just gave praise to the best characters in the movie. I'm sorry,
feel like...
anyone kind of before that, and this you can't mention all the positives and negatives. I don't care about.
Wow, okay, that's where I disagree with you. I felt like I really cared about all 10 of them.
Well, I agreed, but there are some instances too where, and our friend that watched the movie with us too,
Right.
Gabby, we love you. Cersei, like, there wasn't any backstory with her. It's really just she loves Instagram. She loves her. She's addicted to her phone.
Well, there's that, and that she really cares about the people of Earth.
Yeah,
and
that
other
too.
things, but I can see where you guys are coming from.
I just want, I feel like we just need more. I don't care about her enough yet.
There's not much of an arc.
Not much, yeah. I feel like maybe in Eternals 2
Yeah,
would do it
It's
justice.
a nice setup.
But I
I
need
get-
that.
Yeah, because Gabby's complaint was that she was the most boring lead character to focus on. And while I see that, kind of agree, I felt like, she was the focal point, but it was really more of an ensemble to me.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it was an ensemble, but they did so much to focus on Cersei.
You're right.
That we needed to focus on.
So I'll take that. That's a good negative of it. But she wasn't horrible.
Yeah. Oh, she's
It was
not
just-
horrible. It's just that I think
Yeah.
and no, I have full faith in Marvel. So they're setting up something.
I will say they could have been way more creative with their powers.
True.
Because a lot
That's
of the
true.
time you run into the situation of her not knowing what to do. It's like, you're telling me you lived here 7,000 years, you know how to fight and all this, and you don't really know what to do in this situation.
You don't. She didn't fight as much, did she?
Her powers are more defenseful, Which is
That's true.
because in the team of the Eternals, the 10 of them, there's 5 of them that's on the front lines doing the action, and 5 of them are the more defensive, like Phastos and Druig
Who was the
and
10?
Cersei.
Jog my memory. Who was the 10?
The 10. Okay, let's go.
'Cause I know,
Icarus.
Icarus.
Icarus, cool character. Cersei
Good.
needs some work.
Mm-hmm. Sprite,
Okay.
the side character as well. Kid, but not kid.
Pretty decent character. I found her motivations to be very convincing on her part, and all very, very sad.
Yep. Finger bang.
A finger bang, awesome character.
Yep.
Druig.
True.
I
yeah,
really
I forgot about him.
enjoyed his acting in this one a lot. I thought he was very
Yeah,
cool.
I did too. His
Um,
powers were legit. That one scene where he actually controlled people's mind,
Yeah.
controlled the Amazon
Yeah.
people to, fire at the deviant.
Right. I loved how altruistic he was with his approach. In the wrong hands, like Purple Man, that could be so bad. Even though Purple Man has to say it
Oh,
out
you're
loud.
funny.
But I thought he was
Jessica
great.
Jones, Purple Man.
I loved how chaotic neutral he was with loving humanity so much. That he just wants
intentions,
the
man.
violence to
Mhm.
stop. He has good intentions. There's Gilgamesh, awesome character as well, in my opinion. Super sad he died. I thought the best thing about him
Yeah.
was with Thena, Angelina Jolie, who's awesome in this as well. I found her fights to be cool. But I love the platonic bond between her and Gilgamesh. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I actually did like that too.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Like protector.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, all the characters were nice. It's just that you need more screen time. It's very hard. This is the
Mhm.
first movie they've done where they have 10 brand new plus characters in one movie.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I feel like this movie should have been a show. And
Yeah. Then it would be a lot more engaging.
Yeah,
Because
and-
shows are known for
right.
focusing on their characters.
You could have had an episode dedicated to him, or an episode dedicated to her. I wish this had a show, and then Falcon and the Winter Soldier had a movie, something like that would be flipped. Because this would have been a very epic show.
That's true.
I mean, it still is an epic movie, but it's not as good as it could have been. I feel like if this was an extended cut and they added in deleted scenes, that would have been super cool.
Yeah, explain the deviants too, because that one that ended up talking, that wasn't the bad guy, was it? He wasn't like the main antagonist in this whole movie, as I found out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because when Icarus turned, now we have to focus on him.
Yeah. That's a big negative of the movie for me too. Like the main deviant that they fight, you start learning that he might be the main bad guy, because he starts talking, but then he mounted to really nothing. Because at the end, when they're fighting Icarus, he sort of just shows up, and we as the audience are like, "Oh yeah, you're in this movie," and then you think he's about to do some cool thing, and then
I mean, the worst thing he really did was kill Gilgamesh and brainwashed.
Which is like,
I'm not even entirely sure. I didn't actually get that. I have to
he
watch
did
the
not
second
brainwash Athena. He was speaking to Athena as Gilgamesh, his voice. So her, in her mental illness state, was thinking that Gilgamesh was still there.
Yeah, but there was an unnatural force controlling Athena too, which was the memories of.
What do you think about that Mad Weary subplot?
Again, Eternals needs work.
I feel the same with that. I understood
it.
it, but it was just like this thrown in thing that I was like,
I did exactly. I understood
okay.
it. I knew it was gonna happen. Just that we could have done it without.
Like I get it. Like they lived for so long that the weight of their actions is hidden in their memory core, and that further establishes the later plot. It ties in where Druig was like, this whole time you were right, because they didn't know that their memories were reset, that they've lived on other planets before.
Yeah, right.
What Athena was envisioning was true. She has lived multiple centuries on other planets, so they could have explained that better. Also, that I know it's true. I looked it up. It actually is called Mad Weary, but man, what a
Mad Weary. That's
what a thing to say in a script. How to deliver that with such a cadence of seriousness. It's okay, pretty decent job with actors to deliver that line well.
Yeah.
It's I wouldn't be able to take myself seriously.
Is it called Mad Weary? And that's supposedly a term.
There's a bunch of apostrophes in there as well.
Unimind was also a term that was supposedly
This got mad geeky.
Yeah.
This movie with Unimind.
They just they threw in a lot of shit.
Yeah, they
all
did.
At once.
Yeah.
To a point where I understand. I again, great movie. I still liked it.
Yeah.
But I get where some people are coming from.
Right.
Because I know people that straight up just that was not worth 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and I don't think you not liking this movie means you're dumb or slow or anything. I just think it means that you connected more to the characters or less to the characters.
Or you're comparing to the other Marvel movies, which is actually okay too.
Right. Or you were looking for something more with action, or because to me, what a big highlight of this is the philosophical debates and arguments and conversational starters about it. Because it's pretty neat to have
Mine was Marvel hype.
Right.
And it still did it. It still did it for me. I mean, I had to look up some things, but it's still. I'm excited for what's gonna happen next.
Right. No, that's.
We're not. Yeah, you didn't even mention every character yet.
Yeah.
Ajax was one of them too. Salma Hayek.
Oh man, I was a bit disappointed just straight off the bat. She's dead.
Oh.
But then I was like, all right, that's your hype getting to you. She still did a pretty decent job. She was throughout the movie. But damn. One complaint I had online that I saw, not my complaint, but I saw people complaining about, was that they had no personality. And I was like, no, wait, hold on a second. In the beginning, they were just born, quotation marks. So they're kind of robotic. They're supposed to be like that, right? It's not until they learn of humanity's social interactions where they start to develop themselves into something more.
Yeah, I get it. And this is another big complaint that I have. but I guess with anything, movie or TV, it's the fact and I don't know if tell me if I'm mistaking this, but like a linear storyline.
Ah, good thing you brought that up.
Okay. Maybe it's just me not having having a problem now with movies doing those like 1500 BC or present day,
Where they go back
and then
and
all of a
forth.
sudden they're back to it's another flashback. Like it does throw you off a bit.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
throws the pace off.
Mm-hmm.
With this movie though, I could sense that.
I'm actually I kept up.
Yeah.
This wasn't drastic to a point where just like I was completely thrown off, because I did like that Witcher. Yeah, that I was thrown off with that.
Ooh, I heard that complaint a lot.
See?
From that show.
Yeah, because there was no indication of a time
Yeah.
flashback. This one does.
The first time I saw this movie, Eternals, I was like, yeah, this is gonna throw a lot of people off. It's even throwing me a bit off. But then the second time, once you anticipate that's gonna happen, you're like, no, it's all right. It's pretty good.
So like for me, the movie started exactly when Cersei was that UK?
Yeah, she was in London.
London. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, that's when the movie started for me. And I was basing like I don't know how to say this.
Something very different in this movie that I appreciate at the same time I know people won't like is that throughout the movie they are retrieving one member of the team back every 10 minutes. So it's like, oh, we gotta get Fastos. Oh, we gotta get Druid. Oh, we gotta get Makari. So it was I like that though. It was so different. You know what I mean? Like they're not all together throughout the entire movie. They're retrieving them.
There are movies that done that before. That's why I didn't really think that was a big of a problem.
Right.
But still, again, the fact that they were the fact that they were separated, and it wasn't known until like maybe towards the middle of the movie when they went to Babylon.
Oh yeah.
That's when they separated. Yeah, that's
right.
That threw me off.
But yeah.
A tiny bit.
I want to say another theory I have about this one. So, at the end of the movie, Arashim is like, okay,
Amarath.
You saved the people of Earth. Let me know if they're truly worth saving. Right? Let me access your memories. And at the very end will be judgment. Right?
Okay, so that's what he said.
That's what that man said.
That's what he said.
You want to call him a man?
That's what he said verbatim.
Right, yeah.
Okay. I actually did not. I didn't pay attention to that. I'll just know the guy captured again.
Mm-hmm. So when he said that, I immediately thought, I was like, huh. So obviously they're setting up a sequel. And I thought about it some more. And I was like, okay. So when he does access the memories, he's probably going to be like, Earth is not worth saving. And then he's going to be like, yo, Galactus, eat this planet. That's what I think. And then Galactus is going to come in, and then the Fantastic Four, this whole thing with the Eternals. I think that's what.
Oh, that's what's.
I think that's what. I think so. It just makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does.
It just makes sense. Because that whole scene where Arashim is like in the clouds and separates the thunderstorm, and then people are freaking out. That was Marvel, Disney being like, yo, we could totally do Galactus.
We could totally do this now.
And not a cloud. So.
My problem is what's going to happen with Silver Surfer, though. Because you can't have Fantastic Four without them, right? Without him.
Right. You have to have him eventually.
I don't know. Wait, Silver Surfer's a man?
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah, he is a man.
I've watched Fantastic Four, the sequel, that movie. That was a long time ago. Don't remember. He was portrayed as a man, but who knows this one, right?
I'm just excited. The post-credit scenes are some of the most hype they've done in a long time.
Yeah, no, this movie was good for, like, post-credit scenes.
Yeah. Because, Black Knight, that's going to be cool. The whole tie-in with Blade, the horror side of the Marvel Universe. You got Harry Styles, Star Fox. That's pretty sick. Now, I want to pose a question to you. You know, are you well versed with the cosmic side of the MCU now? Do you know more about the Celestials and otherworldly creatures now, eternity, and all that?
I'd say
The Watcher, you know.
I'd say kinda.
The Beyonder. The
Now,
one above all.
I'd say kinda. It's interesting because there's a lot more. Like this movie really did set up Galactus. Like it made me
Yeah.
want.
It made
to
you
read
feel like
more
an ant.
Yeah.
Like you're such a tiny
that's what you meant
microscopic
by that,
thing in
okay.
the center of this universe. It's like the scope is huge. You know?
Mm-hmm. It makes Spider-Man look like a street fight. Not
Yeah.
even. It's like a school bully fight.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the whole Spider-Man too.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, because like, oh man, it's insane. Because what are your thoughts on like Ego's place within the Celestials? Because he's a Celestial, right?
Oh, that's right. Wow, I didn't even
Right.
think about that.
Yeah. It's like, why are you so different from Arashim? You're the same race as him. Did you like splinter off a long time ago from them? Because Ego's explanation in Guardians 2 is that he was just like this brain floating in space. Or something. And then
Yeah,
he became
maybe.
a planet. And then he became a humanoid figure to try and like plant the seeds of himself across the universe. It's like, it's interesting.
Actually, you just opened up a theory for me. Or you just opened
Okay.
up like a realization.
Ooh,
Ego planted seeds of himself around the universe.
right.
Now, so did Celestials.
Ooh, yeah. Oh shit.
That was a subtle, that was a hint. to
Okay.
this. Literally, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 set that up.
So it's like a smaller version of what Arashim
Sure,
did.
yeah.
Right.
I didn't even think about that.
Now
Wow.
Now I really want to know, because like I want the future movies to like reference this movie, because you can't just like not reference it. There's a huge celestial head in hand.
You know what? You know what that means, right? For me, that means I'm excited for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yeah.
Cause they can play
Right.
on that.
And I
Who
love
knows,
that they
actually.
confirm Eternals will return. I don't know whether it is the sequel or another movie,
Mhm.
but I love that this is not the last time we see them. Also, I just thought of it again. I love that Gemma Chan was in Captain Marvel as a villain character, who was Minerva, the green painted character. I bet you didn't even know that. And now they recast her as a main character in Eternals. So that was pretty cool.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, say it again.
In Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
she
so
already
Captain
plays
Marvel.
another character.
Cersei?
You just don't know it's the actress Gemma Chan. 'Cause
Wait,
she-
Cersei, right?
Yes. Because she's like painted green.
Oh. Oh, okay, but that doesn't tie in with
no, I'm just,
Okay,
I'm just saying.
I was gonna say
That's pretty neat.
shoot.
I do like that. Oh, back to the representation. People are saying that it was kind of forced representation. Not a lot of people, but there's that complaint. I will say this. I feel like Arashim specifically designed them to be of Earth, not just America. So you want to get a whole entire scope of what Earth represents, right? It'd be pretty weird if they were all American white boys. That's not Earth. You gotta have a huge variety there. So that was cool. The diversity is real. And I'm glad that the actors got to use their natural accents too. Right. So now
Yeah,
you could
that's
be
true,
like,
actually,
now you
you're
could
right.
like plant little theories of like, oh, Icarus, he's the reason why we have the Scottish, dialect, or like something like that, accents.
Yeah, that's you're deep diving into
Yeah, I'm
that
like
stuff.
deep diving.
Uh-huh.
Or like you can
I don't
you
even
can
know
be
how
like,
long.
oh, that explains different races. I don't think that's the reason, but you could be like, oh, I wonder if Eternals can reproduce. Like, can it happen that they have like kids? You know what I mean? Like, is someone related? Or... Anyways, that was an interesting thought process I had. Something
I didn't actually pick that up though,
Right.
after the first watch.
It's
I don't
just
know,
something to think about.
This is definitely a Disney Plus watch. But
Yeah, I feel like this movie is really good on rewatch.
yeah.
Ooh, but
Just...
what I loved was when they were talking about the Avengers.
That was fun. That was a
I
good one, too.
really enjoyed it. I don't know why, but out of any other movie, this one I enjoyed the most. They reference Doctor Strange. It's so I think I love it because it's so like normal now in their.
Are you a wizard?
Yeah, it's so normal in their universe. It's like, are you a wizard? Are you Doctor Strange? Or like when they're eating dinner or whatever, lunch. Finger Bang was like, I used to know Thor as a kid.
Used to know. Was it Thor or Captain Rogers?
No, he was talking about Thor.
Oh.
Finger Bang was like, yeah, I used to know Thor as a kid. He used to follow me around everywhere. Now he joins the Avengers and he won't even pick up my calls.
Oh,
I was like, yo, I love that world building.
I'm just going to go ahead and say, I guess this is inappropriate to say it, but like, there were people behind us that were yelling. Okay? I just did not appreciate that. And I missed that line. If you're telling me that was in the movie, I didn't fucking hear it.
That was one of the best scenes, the whole lunch.
I didn't know that Klingo knew Thor.
He knew Odin too.
What? I thought he said Captain Rogers.
No, that was Sprite. She was saying, so now that
whatever.
Captain Rogers and Iron Man are gone, who do you think will lead the Avengers? And of course, it's like, I could lead them. And then Gilgamesh was like, you can't lead them. Ajax didn't even choose you.
Oh.
And then Cersei was like, I gotta take a breather. By the way, Sprite.
Here's my lesson. If you have kids, please, kids, teens, you better like stay silent.
Yo, the teenagers
no.
behind us though, they were rowdy.
I missed. There was a punchline joke about IKEA with God, I've known Brian's character. Fastos and Icarus and Cersei. I missed that.
Yo. Also,
Good thing I watched the trailer.
Right, yeah, the punchlines are in the trailer.
Yeah.
Right. Also, straight up, some gay representation. That's pretty cool, man. First ever gay superhero in Marvel. That's pretty sick. Although Loki beat you to it, so bye. I feel like every article mentions that, but then they're like, "What about Loki? You guys just gonna forget about Loki?"
Oh, you're right.
It's like,
well, I thought. All right, well,
Loki was bi.
I guess
they confirmed it, like episode 4.
But I didn't know until Loki came out too. So.
Yeah. Pretty cool nonetheless.
I mean, yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
That kid was cute, man.
The kid was actually... The kid stole the show.
Yo, when Angelina Jolie put her hand in the toaster, he's like, are you okay?
He was the one, too, that said Superman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious, his line delivery of that. He was like, with the laser beams. And then Icarus was like, I don't wear a cape. Classic Incredibles reference. I love it. No capes.
Hey, you're just pairing things together
that
never would appear. All of a sudden, the Incredibles are in the MCU. What?
Oh, could you imagine?
No, actually, no, I can't. Sorry.
Well, fun fact: the Incredibles were so close in the script or something to the power set of the Fantastic Four movie at the time that I think one of the movies had to like change things around.
Which
or something like that. Because think about it. Ben Grimm, The Thing, same power set as Mr. Incredible, Invisible Woman, Violet.
No, I know that. I know with Invisible Woman, but not...
There's a lot of similarities. Yeah.
I guess.
So, anything else about Eternals you have in your mind?
I mean, it's not the best one I've seen.
Yeah.
But it's not terrible.
Right.
I can honestly say that I liked a lot more of the past Marvel movies better, but it does get me more hyped and excited for the future.
Yeah.
Especially now we're dealing with cosmic stuff within MCU.
Right. This phase is really dedicated to cosmic and
I think
multiverse.
No, I think we're still in multiverse. So if they're gonna do an Eternals 2, they're gonna do it. What are we in?
Phase 5.
Phase 5.
Yeah.
Phase 5.
Mm-hmm.
Or 6. Who knows?
Yeah.
Galactus might be like. I think it might be like too early to introduce Galactus now.
Yeah.
Even after Kang.
Yeah, maybe in the next 5 years.
You're right.
I just really hope I'm like correct about this like Shang-Chi connection. Like with Fastos being the reasoning for the 10 rings, I think that'd be super neat. Or at least being the reasoning for vibranium. Before we go,
I believe the vibranium one.
Yeah.
The Shang-Chi.
Maybe. Before we go, I have two little negatives. I wish that the music in this movie was better. Because watching Dune, I was like, yo, that's sick.
I didn't hear music.
Exactly. You would remember the music if it was good. It's supposed to be otherworldly, and yet you have nice little scores here and
Was
there.
you the one that said they should have played a Harry Styles song at least?
That's like a dead giveaway. Right after you introduce Harry Styles. By the way, the girls in our theater were crazy. Everyone was like, "What? You guys know Star Fox? Who the fuck is that?" But no, it's like
I'm the one that said it though. Yeah, I'm the one that said who's Star Fox? Who's Arrows?
Yeah, and then the guy behind me is like, "Who's Thanos?" But no, you should have played Harry Styles' song. That'd been so funny. Like right after that. Oh my god, I can't stop thinking about how bad that CGI was on Pip. But anyways, that was cool. You should have had better music. The music wasn't bad. It's just not memorable. I love that they started the movie with Time by, oh my god, I can't even think of the name. Pink Floyd. To open it with. And one more negative. I want to hear your thoughts on this. I did not feel any stakes in this movie at all. Although they did get me on a few deaths, which is good. They subverted my expectation of it. But other than that, there were no stakes in this to me because they're fighting CGI monsters, and I hate that. I wish they had a different villain thing going on. Because to me, when you fight CGI stuff, it's like, this isn't real. I don't feel anything. They only got me one time where it felt real was when like Icarus was fighting that one deviant and he could not get up. I was like, yo, keep going. Keep filming this scene. You know, where he's like shooting lasers, like trying to get up.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I thought that was awesome. They should have kept that going.
I was honestly thinking he was going to die.
That reminded me of The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio where he fights that bear. That was sick.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, man, they just fight a CGI monster, parentheses S, parentheses. And it's like,
I mean,
you guys are going to live. Like, I know you're going to live. And when they're fighting Icarus, I'm like, they're going to save the planet, obviously. Like, come on, the emergence is not going to happen, right? Like, obviously.
Well, I guess it depends on who you pin against each other, and I'm glad it was Dina.
Yeah.
The first, that first couple minutes with Icarus.
Right.
Yeah, I'm glad it was Dina and not Makari.
Right.
I don't know.
The stakes were real, though, at moments. You know, Gilgamesh died. And Ajax dying by Icarus was very clever. I really enjoyed that aspect of the movie, the whole Icarus thing. And to the complaints about him being stoic, and he should have had more charisma, Icarus, well, he was trying to hide the fact, and he was struggling his inner demons that he killed Ajax. So, of course, he's, like, more quiet. What did you think about the love triangle? Because in my opinion, I think Kit Harington and Gemma Chan had more chemistry.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was two different love triangles in here. You're forgetting about Sprite and Icarus.
Oh, that's a thing too.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yes, Kit Harington and Gemma Chan had more chemistry than Superman.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What would you think of the sex scene?
Your thoughts first.
I think it's hilarious that America is so prudish. Like, we can watch people kill each other in fiction all day and watch blood and guts shed, but when we see a sex scene, we get, ugh. We have to make like an awkward laugh. Like, can you just let it be?
I just those kids in our freaking theater. I'm not. Wow, this is gonna sound incredibly weird. Sex scenes in movies, it's been around for a while, right?
Yeah.
The fact that you even mentioned that. Now I get it. This is an MCU, right? This is on Disney. This is gonna be on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Eventually.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it actually is hilarious. I'm sorry. Where's I going with this?
Also, shout out to Disney. They said they're not gonna censor the gay kiss. Bravo. Right on, man.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I regained my train. So, you explicitly told me that there is going to be a sex scene in this movie.
They made such a big deal of it.
Yeah, they did. That's why I'm like, Okay, who cares?
So it was like nothing.
Oh, it's a movie. Yay, whatever. PG, what is it? 13?
Yeah.
Like, is it significant in a way? Like, am I supposed to be like, oh my god, no. Then, obviously, we watched the movie.
Yeah.
And we read, and there was an interview going on too. And it fits.
Yeah.
It really did.
Yeah, without that scene, we wouldn't really have bought into their love because their chemistry isn't even all that great anyway between the two actresses. I mean, it's not bad,
Right.
but it's like I felt so much more chemistry with Druig and Makari
Yeah.
than
Exactly.
those two, which is like whatever. So we needed that. All right, it wasn't even that bad. You guys are just prudes. You guys are awkward. But
I guess if you haven't watched any other movie lately, then
yeah.
if you're uncomfortable, then probably watch every other movie. Iron Man 1 had it too, right?
Yeah, that one had a more playful one. So,
Yep.
you know, I'm a die on that hill.
Yep.
It wasn't that weird, but it's pretty funny. It's gonna be on Disney Plus. Let's go.
And I guess I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah. They were
After
telegraphing.
you told me that it was going to, it was like there is going to be one. I knew exactly where it was going to be.
Right.
After watching the movie, like as I was watching the movie, so
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Whatever.
Little thing, I'm all over the place. I loved when it looked like Druig was about to die. Makari just like primally screams. Primal. She does a primal scream. It was so natural the way she like did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a death scream, like from a, is like, whoa, that's like raw. You know what I mean? That's raw acting. That was good.
Yeah, that's when you know, like,
Yeah.
obviously a character is very impacted.
Right.
By this situation.
Her character, I'm so glad they didn't do a slow-mo scene.
DC, take notes.
Even Marvel with Quicksilver in the Fox movies, they always do slow motion, which is cool. But I love that they did something different with this one, and that you could actually feel it being fast. It's like, nice. That's what I always wanted from a speedster, to have a mixture of slow-mo and fast. Zack Snyder, listen up. You do. I hope that new Flash movie doesn't do too much of that.
Yeah, Justice League had a lot more slow-mos, didn't they?
Yeah. They
Oh,
really
so
did.
that was very Zack Snyder. That was very Zack Snyder.
I feel like that's the
so
cheap
good.
way to like, not cheap, but like overdone. You know, like let's be a little bit different with it.
Yeah. No, I agree completely.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Overall rating, 7.8.
7.8 for you?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say the same exact score. I thought this movie to me was a 7.8, which to me is above average. If you were getting a grade on a school project, this would be almost a B. So good job.
Mm-hmm.
This is not nearly as bad as critics on Rotten Tomato are saying it is. This does not deserve like 48%. So I liked it a lot. This has a place in the Marvel universe. It's quite good.
Yeah, no. It fits. The next, what is it? I'm very excited for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But this was a good, like, hey, let's give you this movie.
Yeah, let's give you something different.
Yeah, let's give you this.
Yeah.
Just to calm the excitement.
Yeah.
But also, see what you think.
Yeah, this movie was good. Good characters, a good conversational starter at parties, a good philosophical debate. Marvel had their whole analogy of like abortion, if you want to go there. That's pretty funny if you think about it. The Earth was an egg and they were trying to abort the egg. That was pretty great. The cinematography, Chloe Zhao did a very good job. It looked beautiful. They shot on real world locations. Overall.
Oh, that was.
I liked it.
Yeah, is that true?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's one of the most beautiful looking Marvel movies out there, next to like the Guardians films, in my opinion.
That was all CGI though. This was real world.
No, but like, just the way they filmed some of the Guardians stuff is cool.
Okay.
With like the new camera they were using. But this was a good time. Stay tuned for our next review for Marvel. we'll probably do Spider-Man, most definitely.
Definitely is gonna be Spider-Man.
Yeah, that would be hype.
Alright, and the next one probably it's if we're going by the post-credit scene, it's gonna be Blade. Excited
Ooh,
for now.
Yeah.
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight's different.
Moon Knight. Okay.
Moon
No,
Knight.
Black Knight. His name's Black Knight. Okay. Definitely.
Moon Knight is Oscar Isaac.
True.
So
Okay.
that'll be soon. On our other channel, after Spider-Man, we will most definitely do an updated MCU tier ranking. So stay tuned for that, because we had a blast. The last tier ranking we did with Dovey and Soul. Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I cannot wait to do a new one. But other than that, thank you for watching this really long spoiler talk about Eternals.
Yes, definitely. Take what you want with the things that we said, but
Yeah.
also ultimately, it's what go watch the movie for yourself.
Right. Don't
Because,
just
yeah.
be persuaded by the critics. Make up your own mind.
Yeah, if
Because
there's one thing you want to get out of this review right now, it's that we have our own minds and opinions.
Unimind, dog.
Unimind.
Because the whole movie is about freedom and choice.
Actually, that's not Unimind. Otherwise, we all have one.
It's the opposite.
Opposite of Unimind, you mean? Yes. Yes. Sorry, I just want to put that out there.
Yo, I bet as soon as we end this recording, we're gonna be like, oh shit, I forgot to talk about that.
Yep. We'll put it in right after. Like, probably right here.
Right now.
Right here? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe. RJCXD.
Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe. I don't know.
I
Maybe
already said that speech.
Okay, that. Yeah.
Bye.
Woo! All right, bye.